Yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Lamborghini Preem back once again talking this boxing shit. And today we gonna be talking about my personal top 5 pound for pound fighters in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really, this is very subjective and everybody got their own opinion, but this is mine, and these fighters, every single one of them, had a great year and did something that I deem personally to be extra significant, or at least very, very significant, because literally everybody on my list this year has moved up from where they were last year. And I just want to congratulate them and show them some love and respect. So with no further ado, let's start with number 5. Number 5 is actually a tie between two fighters I like. And this holding down the 5 spot would be a tie between Vasyl Lomachenko, my man, and Mikey Garcia, another great fighter. I mean, in my opinion, this year, both these guys won big, huge fights that, they were either 50-50 or weren't necessarily expected to win. In the case of Lomachenko, that's not the case, but beating Rigondeaux, regardless of the fuckery and the circumstances, he still got the victory. So, in my opinion, he gets full credit. And I had Rigondeaux as my number 2 pound for pound before the fight. And since Lomachenko won, it's no way I can't have him in my top 5 pound for pound. The man earned it. You know what I'm saying? He beat Rigo. It looked easy. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, what I may think about the actual fight, the fact is he won. So he gets props for me, heavy props. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I like Lomachenko's style. I feel like he should be, if I had any critique at all from the outside looking in, I'd say maybe you need to shore up his defense a little bit more. But shit, when you winning like he winning, it's hard to argue with that success. So, that's that. He earned his number 5 spot on my pound for pound list. And as far as Mikey Garcia go, him beating Adrian Broner, jumping up a weight class and actually winning that fight the way that he won it, I can't knock it. I gotta fuck with that, man. I can't do nothing but respect it. Yeah, my bad, y'all. My phone stay ringing. It's New Year's, you know what I'm saying? They on me. You know what I mean? I got a few places that I'm supposed to step out to tonight, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good night, but that's neither here nor there. Back to this boxing shit. My man Mikey Garcia. Like I said, the way that he won the fight against Broner was just shocking to me. Shocking. And given his style and the way that he fought that fight, I believe that his style would apply to any weight class, and I feel like he's going to be a hard man to beat, man. In fact, I really don't see too many people giving him a threat, with the exception of Lomachenko. And even then, I feel like Mikey may be a little too big for Lomachenko, and that will really play a part in that fight. So if they were to fight, I'd be leaning towards Mikey, but it would be a legit 50-50 fight. That's why they both, holding down this number 5 spot right now in a tie. So, shout out to Mikey Garcia, man. He did his thing this year. In addition to all the other accolades he's already had, 3-time, 3-weight division champion, just much respect for all that shit. Yeah. As for my number 4 spot, it's going to my man Gennady Golovkin. I know I probably ain't say that shit right, but Triple G. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, he had a great year. He was able to beat Danny Jacobs. It was controversial, and personally, I feel like Danny Jacobs won the fight, but it was close enough to go either way. So it was one of those decisions you can't really be mad whether it goes left or right. You know what I'm saying? So Triple G got the win. Much respect for that. But the real reason he moved up my pound for pound list this year was because of the robbery of the Canelo Alvarez fight, which in my opinion he clearly won. And of course last year, or earlier this year, before the fight I should say, Canelo was on my pound for pound list, having one of the best, probably the best resume in boxing right now. Ain't nobody fought as many killers as Canelo. I mean, regardless of the fuckery with the cars, regardless of whatever, he got the names on his resume, and they not just names. He actually did fight these guys. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Lara fight. I still got a lot of respect for him. I thought he lost that fight, but I still got a lot of respect for him just for taking it. You know what I'm saying? Because in this day and age, that's not That's not common. But when he stepped in the ring with Triple G, I expected that fight to be 50-50, have some ebbs and flows or whatever. But in my opinion, he was dominated by Triple G. Dominated. You know what I'm saying? And with that, plus the Danny Jacobs fight, gotta put Triple G as number 4 on my pound for pound. As for number 3, you know who I gotta put at number 3, man. Actually, to be honest with y'all, it really, the 1, 2, and 3 spots were not 1, but 2 and 3 were really, really hard for me to choose. You know what I'm saying? Because there was so many people who did good shit. You know what I mean? This year that, you know, it's arguable that a lot of people could fit in this area, but when the more I thought about it, the more I sat down with it, you know what I'm saying, it became more and more obvious as to who is the number 2 and number 3, just based on not only their accomplishments this year, but also their body of work. And number 3, I got my man Errol Spence Jr., the motherfucking truth. Shout out to Errol Spence. Errol Spence this year, he was the boogeyman for the welterweight division. Nobody wanted that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to fuck with E. Spence. It's still the same way. Don't nobody want that. You know what I mean? If they can avoid that, they trying to swerve that. But his victory over Kell Brook to finally become the IBF champion, that was literally amazing, man. Because personally, I had picked Kell Brook to win that fight, and Kell Brook, in my opinion, was winning that fight. But EJ dug deep and pulled that shit out, man. He dug deep. He really impressed me and really showed me something with that fight, man. I was thoroughly impressed. And to make him quit like that in front of his home fans, you know, I understand he had an injury, and that certainly played into it. And much respect to Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying, because he's still one of my favorite fighters. But you got to give it up to Errol Spence, man. He went against all odds to the UK and came back with that strap like he said he was, you know what I mean? And after that victory, like I said, man, for at least for a while, I'm not picking against Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And like I said, I feel like the reason why Errol Spence is rated so highly on my pound for pound is because not only do he have a style that I feel like defeats a lot of people, basically the vast majority of boxers with the exception of my top 2, and even one of my top 2, well, both of my top 2 against him would be a debatable fight, as far as, or not a debatable, I'll say maybe 50-50 fight, either way, you know, where you wouldn't necessarily know who the winner is going into it. I just have to give it to my man E. Spence, man. I was really impressed, man. The Kell Brook fight really impressed me, man, because I did not expect him to win that. I'm sorry. I know everybody else, you know, he was the favorite or whatever, especially given the way Kell Brook came down. But like I said, I feel Kell Brook was very underrated, man. I was thoroughly impressed with what he was able to do with Triple G and the way he beat Sean Porter. Now, I know the Sean Porter fight was a long time ago now, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 years now, it's been a minute, but at the same time, nobody before or since has handled Sean Porter like that. Nobody. I mean, really, even the Keith Thurman fight, which I thought Sean Porter won, it was close enough. It was the same thing with like the Triple G Danny Jacobs fight. It was close enough to where, you know, you can't be mad with whoever got the decision, but I still hadn't seen anybody do to Sean Porter what Kell Brook did to Sean Porter. And when I put that in perspective, plus the Triple G fight, the Spence victory over him was just really impressive. So my number 3 spot goes to Errol Spence Jr. Congratulations to him, you know what I mean? And for number 2, I'm not really, though I do understand why he moving the way he moving. I don't really like the way he moving right now, but I can't do nothing but respect Keith One-Time Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. You know what I mean? Or not even doing his thing. He just he showed out recently. These last few fights he done have just been, you got to give Keith his respect, man. He did his thing. He fought Robert Guerrero, beat the shit out of Robert Guerrero. Was the first one to really dominate Robert Guerrero like that, since other than Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really count Floyd because Floyd dominated everybody. So, you know, I kind of gave Guerrero a pass for that. But once he lost to Thurman, man, that was kind of like the end of his career, really. You know, his shit really started backsliding after that. I feel like that fight took a lot out of Guerrero, a lot out of him, because he still had a lot in the tank before that, but after that he wasn't really the same fighter. And then when Thurman went ahead and fought my man Sean Porter, man, got to give him credit for that. Like I said, I personally felt like Sean Porter won the fight, but again, it was so close. If it went either way, you couldn't be mad at it, you know. And I hate that, because when, you know, guys like Sean Porter never seem to get the benefit of the doubt in those situations, but when the fight is that close, you open yourself up to shit like that happening, you know. So I am looking forward to a rematch that Keith Thurman said that he will definitely give Sean Porter a rematch. So I am looking forward to seeing that. But Keith Thurman winning that fight, which was huge in my opinion, and the Danny Garcia fight, which was huge in my opinion, and him unifying the WBC and WBA belts at welterweight. He's right now the only unified champion at welterweight. Can't do nothing but respect it, man. Keith Thurman resume speak for itself, man. He number 2 pound for pound. His style, in my opinion, man, he got a hard style to deal with, because Keith Thurman can come in there and rock your ass. He can go toe to toe in a firefight, and Keith Thurman can fuck you up. He's a great boxer, man, especially on the outside. He just got he got a lot of wrinkles to his game, man. A lot of wrinkles to his game. And though I don't like his approach when it comes to the Errol Spence fight, I do have to admit that even given that fight is a 50-50 fight fucking with Keith Thurman, man, because he just got so many different ways he could beat you, you know. I mean, Errol Spence got a lot of tools in the toolbox too, but I do believe that Keith Thurman may have a few more tools. Whether those tools will actually work on a guy like Errol Spence, that's an open question. But as of right now, his accomplishments and his body of work, Keith Thurman number 2 on my list. And number 1, you know what I mean? I would give y'all a drum roll, but I ain't banging on my shit right now. Fuck it, you know what I mean? The number 1 spot goes to Terrence Bud Crawford. The unified, not unified, excuse me, the undisputed, the only undisputed champion in boxing right now. I mean, of course, he relinquished his belts because he moved up in weight, but in my opinion, he's still the only undisputed champion in boxing right now. And he then came up, I think that was his second or third weight class that he got titles on. Maybe it might be second. I'm not sure. I had to look that up, man. I don't got no notes in front of me or nothing. I'm just, going off the dome. But not only did he move up in weight and dominate 140 and handily beat Julius Ndongo, who everybody thought was definitely going to give him a hell of a fight, at least a 50-50 fight. That was a higher fight to pick. I mean, of course, Crawford was the favorite, but nobody expected him to win like he did. You know what I'm saying? And unify those titles and become undisputed. That is an accomplishment right now. That puts you number 1 on my pound for pound list, any weight division. If any person in any weight division was able to unify all 4 belts, other than, of course, Crawford has done it. That's why he's number 1 on my list. But if someone else was to do that, they would elevate super high on my pound for pound list. Super high. And just look at the level of competition that my man Terrence Crawford has fought. You know what I'm saying? As of late. I'm just, I just can't say enough about Crawford, man. I love his style. I love the fact that he got his mean streak, man. You remind me a lot of myself, man. He was cool niggas, man, But you push that button or you step in that ring, motherfucker, and it's on. You know what I'm saying? So I could just relate to that. I'm I have a similar temperament. You know what I mean? I'm a nice guy. I'm even keeled at all times. I'm not really. I'm not a rah-rah dude. I don't look for no trouble. But if it find me, motherfucker, I'm ready. You understand me? You know what I mean? Nobody eating my motherfucking food. That's on everything. That's off top. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to dominate me. You have to fuck me up, and that ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna let it happen. You know what I mean? So when I see Bud fight, I can feel that. I can sense that in him. You know what I mean? And that's something that I personally appreciate, just being a real nigga. You know what I mean? It's hard to really explain exactly what I'm speaking of, but let's just put it like this. His spirit is indomitable. And I really, 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 really like that. Plus, he's hungry, and he calling out all the killers that everybody running from. Terrence Crawford is the only nigga in the game right now calling out Errol Spence Jr. The only one. How can you not respect that? You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't necessarily put him number one on my pound for pound, but that, in addition to him being able to adapt his styles in so many different ways, Terrence Crawford could fight with both hands. He can fight on the inside and the outside. He can get in a firefight, in a brawl, do his thing. He can box on the outside and, you know, come out clean. Everything, you know what I'm saying? The man just got it all, man. It's no doubt in my mind that he's number one pound for pound for this year, man. Right now, since Andre SOG Ward retired, that would be the only guy I would be able to put higher than Terrence Crawford. And now that he's not in the game no more, it's all Terrence Bud Crawford, man. So, you know, that's my top 5 pound for pound. Let me know what yours is in the comment section, though. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see, you know, how people rate who they rate. You know, I'm just curious. Ain't no right or wrong answer. I just want to see, you know, who your top 5 pound for pound is, you know. So if this video finds you, go up in the comment section, let a nigga know what's good. You know what I mean? I want to see what y'all think. And also, man, the most important thing is to make sure you head over to my official website, hustlegameboss.com, and get you a copy of my all new album, It's My Turn, The Throne Ascension LP. It's a motherfucking classic all the way around. You know what I mean? No bullshit, no sucker shit, no fuckboy music, no fuckboy shit at all. You know what I mean? Straight thoroughbred shit all the way around. And it's available if you don't want to go to my site and copy it like that, because you can get it both digitally and physically on my website. You can even get an autographed copy if you wanted one. In addition to, you know, all of my different merchandise and things you can get at hustlegameboss.com/shop shop SHOP. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, you can also find the album on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal. Shout out to Tidal. And literally everywhere you can find music. So whatever outlet you choose to listen to music, even if it's like Xbox Live, you can find my music on Xbox Live. Whenever you enjoy whatever you enjoy, just search The Supreme General. Throw that in the search box, you know what I'm saying? And I'ma pop up, you know, and that's everywhere, YouTube included. You know what I mean? Check out some of my videos on my other channel. That's youtube.com/Preem General. You know what I mean? The link's gonna be in the description box for all that shit. You know what I mean? Go ahead, check me out if you don't know nothing about me, and you got a strong appreciation for real niggas. You know? So with that said, that's dead. You know what I mean? That's my top 5 pound for pound. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out of here. 100.